Welcome to Spider Society.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're breaking down how Across the Spider-Verse is connected to the MCU.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
I don't apologize. There's gotta be a black Spider-Man somewhere out there.
For this video, we're looking at plot points from the animated film that connect to or have serious implications for the live-action comic world. If you haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse and every MCU project up to Guardians 3, beware of a multiverse of spoilers ahead. Which of the animated Spidey worlds would you visit? Let us know in the comments below. A single line from Miguel O'Hara in the Across the Spider-Verse trailer instantly caught the attention of every MCU fan.
Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and the little nerd back on Earth 1999-99.
The Doctor Strange and Peter he mentioned were unquestionably the duo of heroes that starred in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Hearing this reference made fans wonder if Across the Spider-Verse would have more direct ties to the MCU. While the film cleverly leaves a lot of things ambiguous, there are tons of little nods to live-action worlds.
Miles, there's moments in our stories that are the same for all of us.
And the plot of this second movie may still tie heavily into the MCU's future. In fact, we'll go as far as to say that Across the Spider-Verse may have proved why every Marvel multiverse is doomed. To understand why,
All right, people, let's start at the beginning one last time.
first, let's break down the live-action connections in Across the Spider-Verse that made us think about the MCU. In a hilarious scene, the dimension-hopping villain Spot talks to Mrs. Chen from Tom Hardy's Venom movies.
You're the coolest, you're the hottest, and you're the bravest.
That gut-busting cameo was followed by sobering looks at the most tragic moments in live-action Spider-Man history. For a brief moment, we see Tobey Maguire's Peter mourn his uncle.
Peter. Over here, Uncle Ben.
We also saw Andrew Garfield's Spidey shedding tears for his versions of Ben and Captain Stacy. Since the Peter Parker actor, Maguire, and Hardy all appeared as multiverse travelers in No Way Home, these cameos were 1 degree removed from the MCU. Fortunately, there were 2 beats that brought us a lot closer to the live-action universe. Back in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Donald Glover appeared as Aaron Davis.
The other night you told that dude, if you're gonna shoot somebody, shoot me. It's pretty ballsy. I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood. I got a nephew who live here.
While he wasn't walking around in a Prowler costume yet, he was still clearly involved in a life of crime. That's why we gasped when we saw Glover appear in a full villain suit in Across the Spider-Verse. Although the animated movie left it ambiguous if he was the same character from Homecoming, he is at the very least a variant of the MCU's Aaron. Beyond Glover's cameo, Miguel O'Hara gave us an extremely direct visual reference to Loki.
No turning back now.
Who said anything about turning back?
When Spidey 2099 pulls up a model explaining how universes are connected, we see what appears to be a white tree. That imagery and the other beats suggest Across the Spider-Verse is at least distantly connected to the MCU. However, the biggest similarity between the animated Miles adventure and the live-action world is that universes are destroyed the exact same way.
The peace between realities erupted.
During Across the Spider-Verse, Miguel O'Hara reveals that his dimensional troubles began when he hopped to another universe to replace a variant of himself that had already died. This strategy works great in shows like Rick and Morty.
We have to pack up and move to a new reality, Morty. You know, I said we can only do that a couple of times.
But in the Spider-Verse, spending time in a dimension where you don't belong is a lot more dangerous. The universe Miguel was living in eventually ended up collapsing in on itself.
Send me home. I can't do that.
I can do both. Spider-Man, always.
Not always.
Additionally, Miles nearly caused the alternate world of Mumbattan to be instantly destroyed when he saved a police captain that was supposed to die. These incidents suggested that interfering with another world's events is a recipe for disaster.
I need you to capture them, bring them here, while I figure out how to get them back before they destroy the fabric of reality.
If that sounds familiar, then you have seen Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home. At one point in the Doctor Strange movie, an alternate universe Reed Richards explains what causes universes to collapse.
The larger the footprint you leave behind, the greater the risk of an incursion.
Incursion?
An incursion occurs when the boundary between 2 universes erodes and they collide.
The scientists' descriptions of incursions line up perfectly with what Miles experienced. We also saw a world that had been broken by a sorcerer who spent too much time messing around with other worlds. And after Doctor Strange inadvertently led Wanda to a universe where she killed a team of heroes, he learned that he had caused an incursion event.
Can I help you?
You caused an incursion.
and we're gonna fix it.
It probably didn't help that he also opened the door for Spider-Man to bring other visitors to their Earth. Since breaking the universes seems to work the same way in both mediums, then an upcoming MCU event may lead to the end of the reality that Miles Morales lives in.
We're too late for that. They're here. They're here because of you.
In 2026, Marvel will release a Secret Wars movie. The comic version of that story showed what happens when an incursion event causes Miles' world to collide with Earth-616. A live-action Christine Palmer just so happened to give the MCU that name in 2022.
Our universe is 838, and we've designated yours 616.
Oh, you guys sure must know a lot about the multiverse. You got someone going around naming realities.
And Miles also played a major role in the Secret Wars comic. Given all the evidence, it's not a stretch to assume the animated Spider-Man will officially swing into the MCU after his world is destroyed. In an interview, one of the Across the Spider-Verse directors, Kemp Powers, said that the story wasn't made to directly affect the MCU. But there's no reason it can't work in reverse. The live-action world's failings could set off a chain reaction that destroys the world Miles loves.
This is almost the end, ladies and gentlemen, of everything and everyone.
Ultimately, a hero might be responsible. On the other hand, a Kang variant that spends a little too much time in another world could light the fuse that blows up the multiverse.
And if we let them, they will take everything we built.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Although we'll still have to wait a while to see if these predictions will come to pass, Across the Spider-Verse definitely brought Miles closer to the MCU. His movie openly referenced several live-action properties that have ties to the connected Marvel world. Additionally, universe destruction works the same in their mediums. And an upcoming MCU movie has roots in a story that brought Miles into contact with a bigger world of mainstream heroes. Fans could easily write all of these connections off as fun winks to the audience. But there's just a ton of evidence that these small animated threads connect to a web that ties every Marvel universe together.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.